crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roota.com. It's your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. I did an interview with Greg Reese from InfoWars, Alex Jones's production company, the other day. It was a blog, and he said, "Do you mind if I make a little video out of what we talked about?" And I said, "Yeah, go for it." Wow, an awesome video. I'll put the link under this one, but it's Occult Mysteries of the Federal Reserve Bank, and it deals with the road to Roota theory, and it's a great summary. It's kind of like the big beginnings. I'm going to talk to him about doing another one because it kind of stopped midway through, and now we are living through the rest of it. So check that out, Occult Mysteries of the Fed, link below. If you aren't familiar with the road to Roota theory yet, just go to roota.com, front page right here, scroll down a little bit. Part 1, Secrets of the Fed. Part 2, Golden Oldies to the Crypto Future. Those two videos, as well as the one he did, which is, he's so much better at the video graphics. I did these, 5 years ago or so. Go check that out. Also, he didn't touch upon the curious case that Seth Tanner was a crypto viewing video, which is just awesome. Go check that out. There's another one that Dick Allgaier, it got scrubbed from YouTube. They're going to put it back on, Dick says. But look at Rock Archie, even drew, this is Grand Canyon, even drew the Great Seal, although this is the double-headed eagle. So much going on. Just flip over your $1 bill and look at that pyramid and say, what the hell is going on? And Jim Willie, of course, famously poo-pooed the whole concept of Road to Roota without even doing a smidgen of research. He said, my friend went down the Colorado River, was a riverboat guide, never saw any gold. Anyway, here's some pictures of gold mining operations before they were shut down right after the creation of the Fed. Just in case Jim Willie was looking for something, a huge report on it. So yeah, of course there was gold mining in the Grand Canyon. Of course there's massive amounts of gold. I didn't want to, I offered to debate him, but he wouldn't, because he didn't know what he was talking about. It was that simple. Anyway, go check that out. Occult Mysteries of the Federal Reserve Bank. It's all true. I put the pieces together. Greg has explained that. If you want any backup, go to roadtoroota.com. Do a search for whatever you want to find. In the Grand Canyon stuff, the Fed stuff, the Road to Roota comic books that came out of the Fed, On the Road to the Golden Age. All that stuff is there at roadtoroota.com. Use that search function. All right. Those of you wondering, when's it going to start, Bix? It started. We're in the middle of it. It's happening as we speak. This is it. This is what it looks like and feels like. I don't think it'll be a moment when you say, oh my God, what is going on? You'll probably look back and say, oh my God, why am I paying 5 times as much for my energy? California they shut down 75,000 customers because the energy grid couldn't take the heat, and Gavin Newsom wants to go to all electric cars. This is just the insanity of the crazy liberal left is being exposed. That's what's really going on. So here, if you want proof that it's happening, 2 days after Putin shut off the Nord 1 pipeline into Europe, energy trading stressed by margin calls of $1.5 trillion. Remember, the financial collapse back in 2008 was fixed with $700 billion. These are margin calls of $1.5 trillion. European energy trading is being strained by margin calls of at least $1.5 trillion, putting pressure on governments to provide more liquidity buffers, according to Norway's Equor ASA. Aside from fanning inflation, the biggest energy crisis in decades is sucking up capital to guarantee trades. This is the derivative market breaking apart, by the way. That's pushing European Union officials to intervene to prevent energy markets from stalling, while governments across the regions are stepping in to backstop struggling utilities. Finland has warned of a Lehman moment with power companies facing sudden cash shortages. Liquidity support is going to be needed, Haga says, Vice President for Gas and Power. He said in an interview, the issue is focused on derivative trading while the physical market is functioning, he said, adding that the energy companies estimate for 1.5 trillion to prop up so-called trading is conservative. 1.5 trillion in conservative. Remember, 2008 crash, almost everything crashed on September 11th. Remember that? 500 billion came out of the money market funds. As Senator Kanjorski said, we're experiencing a run on the banks. And that's when they had to bail out everybody and everything. The Fed opened up every window they have. So it is happening right now. There you go. Done. Check that off the Road Roota list. I don't think the effects will be really felt until after September 11th, going into October. But you are living through it. Congratulations, you made it to the end game. And there's no way to spin out of the derivative market's $2 to $3 quadrillion with a Q. It doesn't matter if it's a Google dollars, doesn't matter if it's infinity dollars. No, this is the end game. So check that out. Many companies are finding it increasingly difficult to manage margin calls, an exchange requirement for extra collateral to guarantee trading positions when prices rise. So they're hedging forward, and all of a sudden, it's all about leverage. We're deleveraging the derivative market, which is crazy. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Ultimately, they're going to stop giving money to prop up these traders, and they're just going to shut down the exchange. That's the real meat of the problem. The problem isn't that people are making or losing money. The problem is the exchange in general is troublesome. Not troublesome. That's how they fix the system. That's how they con all the numbers. It's a fake world that we live in because only derivatives are exchanged. You see, the price of oil went down under $90 today. That had nothing to do with oil. That had nothing to do with anything. That had to do with derivative trades at the Exchange Stabilization Fund within the United States of America. Total control is what they have. When you have futures and options and all kinds of crazy derivatives that decide the price of something, that something doesn't matter until the futures and options part gets destroyed, and that's what's happening right now. Quote, this is just capital that is dead and tied up in margin calls, Haig said. If the companies need to put that much money in that much money, that means liquidity in the marketplace is dried up, and it is not good for this part of the gas market. No, you should have never gone into the derivative market to set the price. Derivative markets are the problem, not the solution. You don't bail out these companies so they can continue to play their derivative games. So that's where we are. So far, Germany has introduced Europe's biggest scheme to backstop companies affected by the fallout of the Ukraine war, setting aside 7 billion euros in loans to make available to companies facing liquidity issues. German energy giant Upper SE last week sought an extra 4 billion euros after fully using the 9 billion euros in the existing facility, while Austria extends 2 billion euro credit to cover the trading positions of Vienna's municipal power utility. Finland and Sweden announced 33 billion emergency liquidity facility Sunday to backstop utilities through loans and credit guarantees. That's the reality. But so let's start adding them up. 4 billion plus 9 billion is 13, plus 7 is 20 billion, plus 2 is 22 billion, plus 33 is 54 billion. So 50 more billion, and it was a huge issue. Now everybody's holding their hands up saying, what the hell? Why are we giving away all this money? But they need 1.5 trillion at a minimum. Like I said, the game has already started. The end game has already started. And Putin knows what kind of leverage he has. Western elites have sanction fever. We will see common people freeze and wreck lives, Putin said. Russian President Vladimir Putin blasted the ongoing sanctions fever in the West in a wide-ranging speech before the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, in the country's Far East, where, as we described earlier, the Chinese delegation was the largest in attendance. Top Chinese leader Li Shanzhu was in attendance when the Russian leader stressed, no matter how much someone would like to isolate Russia, it's impossible to do this. Right now, they're trying to cap the price of power in Europe. It's just insane. Instead, he said the blowback from the EU and U.S.-led sanctions and attempts at decoupling from Russia fossil fuels is wrecking lives in the West. Quote, now we are seeing how production and jobs in Europe are closing one after the other, Putin said, stressing that this is happening, quote, as Western elites who would not or even cannot acknowledge objective facts. This theme, that's so obvious. I mean, I hope everybody understands what's going on here. The world order that benefits only from them, forcing everyone to live under their rules, which they invented and which they regularly break and constantly change depending on the situation. So true. Oh my God. And now European populations could freeze while being denied crucial Russian energy by leaders who short-sightedly want to lash out emotionally at the Ukraine invasion. I'm going to show you something. This is put out by Gazprom. And it's really scary, actually. The Gazprom is the largest oil and gas company in Russia. And they put out a video basically wanting to tell people that, hey, winter is coming and it's going to be ugly. Check out this video.
Зима будет большая. Вот взгляни-ка за рекой. Тихо осенью мир.
So the name of the song, you don't even need the song to get the full story. The name of the song is And Winter is Big. But there's the EU flags. It is awesome visually.
Машет желтою рукой, и сугробы сокрушая, солнцем приснет.
Wind power, solar panels don't do anything. Look at California right now. And check out the comment. P.S. It is worth reminding commentators that it was the EU that imposed the sanctions against Russia, not vice versa. What did you think Putin was going to do? Sell you gas for free and keep your... It's just insane. They deny the facts. They're like, holy shit. There's ramifications for what we do. Hello, Mr. Biden. And the people that run Biden, obviously. Anyway, it gets to the end. Clearly, it is saying, hey, alternative power sources are not in the cards this winter, and it's going to get ugly. Coal power plants spitting out dirty. Everybody's talking about firing up coal again. Oh, it's just crazy. Now I want to know what this spire is. What building is that? Is that like the Gazprom headquarters, or is that the bankers from London? I don't know what that is. Somebody comment below on what that... Well, you can't comment below. I don't know what it is. There you have it. Maybe I'll find it. All right. And just to make sure that everybody knows, we are in... The battle is on. We're not waiting for anything anymore. The battle's on. The final in-game battle. Pentagon makes unusual announcement ahead of ICBM launch. There will be an operational test of the Air Force Global Strike Command unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile early tomorrow morning from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. Pentagon spokesman Brigadier General Pat Ryder told reporters on Tuesday. Ryder said the ICBM test would be routine, adding Russia was notified per treaty and obligations. Basically the U.S. is pumping their chest saying, hey, we have nuclear bombs we can deliver right to your front door. Shit like that doesn't happen unless the game is on, and the game is on. I don't know if I don't think it'll end in war. It could, though. It could end in global thermal nuclear war endgame for everybody. I think we're being protected from that. I really hope so. But I've seen us protected from like big asteroids coming in. I witnessed it with my own eyes. If you guys didn't know, I was up at my dad's ranch one night, middle of the night. a massive fireball comes in, hits something, and shoots off the other way, lit up the whole valley. After that night, I had a hunch that we were being protected. I don't know if it's by our own technology or ET technology. I don't know what it's from, but clearly something saved humanity that night. It was huge. It was, the more I think about it, at the time it was like, wow, what the hell was that? And I had my night vision goggles. So when the light went away after the explosion, the whole valley was pitch black and then turned as clear as day, and then it went back to black. I pulled out my night vision goggles. I saw the smoke from the asteroid or whatever it was coming in like this and then going like that. So clearly it was intercepted. There was no smoke coming up. Either there was a force field or something happened. And I was not, we were drinking wine. But luckily I had two other people with me who confirmed everything. So I think we are being protected to an extent. Now the stupidity of humanity could override the protection. I don't know. Anyway, lots going on, lots to talk about. Stay tuned to the Road to Roota. If you're not if you don't get my emails, sign up for them. Put your name and email address in at roadtoroota.com. You get free updates. And then if you're a private road member, hang in there. We got lots coming. Again, talking to Moonstone tomorrow, and going to do a lot of behind-the-scenes type of discussions this weekend. This weekend is the weekend of September 11th. I've been saying for the last couple of years. Remember, what did Roota write in the sand in the 2007 comic book? 11 plus 9 or 9/11. So I think it will be a turning point. And it's already started. The game has already started. This literally started the game. 1.5 trillion in margin calls, at least. That's bigger than the bailout is possible. So, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. September 11th, something will probably happen that next week, because it happens on September 11th on a Sunday this year. And then going through, there's a lot of other dates, September 25th and October 4th through 5th. The Jewish holy holidays, these things tend to happen on that. Are we in a Shemitah year? Probably, which is the forgiveness of debt. And you might think, oh, yeah, it's great. All debt is forgiven. That's the biggest problem, debt. But don't forget, one person's debt is another person's assets. Yes, 99% of those assets are owned by the elite. So wouldn't it be nice to have them lose all their assets? But you will too. So don't count on your bank. The FDIC has no money. Remember that. I think they hold 0.1% of what they guarantee. So it would have to go through Congress, and I don't think Congress can agree on anything. I think Congress will be dissolved. Lots going down. Stay tuned on the Road to Roota. This is Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com.
Take me, my silver now.